Ready for football now from Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh. Tonight, a good one coming your way in the AFC. It's the Kansas City Chiefs and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Mike Tirico, Greg Olsen with you. That's Harrison Butker. Set to get things started. Off we go from the Steel City. They'll get across the 20, mark them down to the 23-yard line. Off the play fake, Jackson. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. 19 yards right away to kick off this drive.
And this is what you can do when you have one of the best receivers in the game. You understand that even if the coverage is not perfect for the play call, sometimes it's just as simple as my guy is better than your guy, and we're going to just keep giving him a chance.
The tight end, Jonnu Smith, secures it. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
Yards on the play.
It's a pickup of 13 yards. Good for a Steeler first down.
First and 10.
And while it ultimately worked out for him this time, Mike, this is not a throw he wants to make a habit of, because that was risky. When he threw it, I thought that ball was being picked. I think he got away with one here, results in a big pickup, and get a fresh set of downs.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. That's a gain of 11. And they'll move the chains with another first down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. I think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. That's 13 more on that play, and quickly another first down.
First down.
Really nice job there, Mike. All they're trying to do is just clear some space for the tight end and then let him go to work in the middle of the field. Now they're set up nicely inside the red zone.
To the air one more time with Jackson. He takes off.
Initially, Mike, a really good job by the defense. Nowhere to go with the ball for this quarterback. He's forced to pull it down and turn into a runner. Little slow reaction, and he's able to actually pick up a pretty good gain.
They'll break the huddle. It's 2nd and 5. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll run again. And he will score! Lamar Jackson! Touchdown, Pittsburgh. Exactly the way they scripted this one. A beautiful opening drive, Greg. Able to find the end zone on the game's first possession.
And, Mike, the word that comes to mind looking at that drive is execution, and that's exactly what they talked about all week long. They wanted to come out early in this game and establish an early rhythm, and that's exactly what they did with that touchdown drive.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. It's Xavier Worthy on the return. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line.
The Chiefs take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The RPO, it's Nacua. And he'll wind up getting about 7 yards as he is forced out of bounds.
So you come back out here after watching the opposing team score first, and what you want to do is you got to establish a little early rhythm and get the drive started. Get a little positive energy into that huddle, and what hopefully starts out good ends with you being able to get some points of your own.
Going to get that complete to Jamar Chase. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That one good for 26 yards.
I love this call, Mike. Defense is thinking run here. It's 2nd and short, so they go with play action. Leads to an easy first down. Really well done.
Quickly into the hands of Chase. They'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 4.
A bit of a quick hitter here, and what you're hoping for, Mike, is that the defense can't react quickly enough because the ball's coming out so hot, but they knew it was coming, and they end up holding them to just a short gain.
From the 35, here's 2nd down and 6. The motion man is Nacua. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started.
A great job of knowing when to go. He gets 17 yards on that run and a first down.
The defensive line has to do a better job of contain rushing, especially on 3rd down. Like, you can't rush one-on-one. You have to rush as a unit. Keep the quarterback in the pocket, and when you let him get loose, this is what's going to happen.
First down throw, Mahomes. Here's a screen set up for Gibbs. Looking for the punt. pylon, but the official right there is going to mark them out of bounds at the 1-yard line.
That's another
17 yards on the gain, and now they've got first and goal.
First and goal at the
This has been a really good drive so far, but what I really like, Mike, is they're down here in the red zone, and they continue to attack. Now, not quite a touchdown, but with first and goal, this defense certainly...
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Kansas City.
And what a response by this offense. It's not easy taking the field, Mike, for the first time in the game, and you find yourself already down a score. They watch their opponent kind of march down the field and score on the opening possession, and they're able now to go out and square it on up. Allows you to take a deep breath, maybe get a little confidence for your defense to go out and get a stop. And they come over with this extra point. We got ourselves a tie ball game.
Each team one possession, each team a score. 7-7 as they kick it off. This returnable from the 4. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Steelers offense ready to see the football for the second time. It has been an entertaining first quarter, all even as we stand and they take over. Now with just 1 second left in this first quarter. On play action, here's Jackson. He'll get this over the middle to Jefferson. And he'll be taken down with the first down as time will run out on this opening quarter. The Steelers with the football to begin the second quarter. So from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. As we are ready to get back underway. Play action now. Jackson. That one is brought in by Terry McLaurin. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
17 yards.
First time he's caught a ball here tonight, and it is good for a first down.
And that's a nice grab for his first catch of the game, Mike. And he's someone that the play caller has told us he wants to get him early touches, get him a feel for the game. Nice job there making that happen.
That one down the field, but it is incomplete. The intended receiver was Justin Jefferson. And it'll bring up second down.
And they got the look they were hoping for, one-on-one on the outside. He's just unable to hold on to it through contact, and I think that was a big opportunity missed.
Jackson up top again. A pass caught by Saquon. And he will get into the end zone. Saquon Barkley. Touchdown Steelers. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice, but it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Makes the score Steelers 14, Chiefs 7.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. Here comes a return from the 3. He'll be brought down right around the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense about ready to get going on their second possession. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. That's to Gray, open on the left side. open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Up 2nd and 10 at the 25-yard line.
2nd and 10. They put Kelce in motion. Mahomes looking to throw on 2nd down. That one pinballs around, but it is incomplete.
3rd and long obviously isn't an ideal situation to be in offensively. It makes you very predictable, which then places a ton of stress on your offensive line and your quarterback. So they've got to start being more productive in these early downs and set themselves up for more success come 3rd down.
Mahomes going to throw here on 3rd down. To the left. He's hit after the catch, and the ball comes free. And fortunately, he's able to reel it back in, but this is going to go down as a big loss on the play. Oh, man, Greg, those must be scary times for a player. Not that it happened to you often, but he lost the ball but was able to get it back and avoid the turnover.
Well, Mike, I hate to admit it, but unfortunately, I was in that situation a few times, and I'll tell you what, when that ball pops out of your hand, the only thing on your mind is there anything I can do to get it back? In this case, he was able to get it back, and he dodged a bullet.
This drive starts at the 21. It's 1st and 10. From the gun, Jackson. Looks wide open on the left side. We'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
I wouldn't be surprised if some point here in the future, Mike, this quarterback drops back. It looks like the same old hitch route underneath, and they give a pump fake and go. You can lull a defense to sleep with a lot of these underneath quick game passes, and once you do, you can try to go for the big.
And he's going to be out of bounds awfully close to that 1st down marker, but they're going to mark him just short. So 3rd down coming up.
Brings up 3rd down.
They'll run the sneak, and he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
I don't want to take anything away from the quarterback here, Mike. He did a nice job picking up that 1st down, but this play is won or lost by the big guys up front. They're the ones who need to get off the snap on time, get leverage on the defender, and create the space needed for the quarterback to pick up the 1st down.
Jackson now to throw on 1st down. That's caught by Smith on the right side. And he's going to be taken down as we hit the 2-minute warning here in this 1st half. Second down, they need 3. Here's Jackson. That's complete. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
That's good for us.
First time they've looked his way tonight. Good time to do it. It's a 1st down.
And now you can see they're really getting in rhythm in this 2-minute drive. Now, after that last completion, Mike, they cross midfield. Now the mindset goes to, all right, we got to come away with some points. They've got a quarterback who's in complete control, and they got to see if they can finish this thing off. All right, so anytime you're facing the blitz, the best thing you can do as an offense is just get the ball out of your hand. Get into the hands of receiver, run after catch. In this case, nice job by the defense, rallying to the ball. Modest gain.
Again, it's Jackson. Over the middle, Metcalf has it. And they will take him down at the 20-yard line. They hook up again. 2nd time on this drive. And this one's good for 18 yards and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
That last completion's going to go a long way towards at least finishing this 2-minute drive, Mike, with some points. You're already in field goal range, so now the idea is continue to work the clock down, take a couple shots at the end zone. You want to get points, ideally a touchdown, but either way, you have the ball last before the end of the second quarter.
2nd and 6 at the Chiefs' 16-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Back to throw, Jackson. Now a screen set up for Barkley. And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up, stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
No gain on the play.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all three levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. And that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal. Now Pittsburgh will bang a timeout here. That's their 2nd as they stop it with 13 seconds to play in this opening half. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Now Jackson. And he's in. Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Pittsburgh.
You know, he spent so much time talking about the heroics of a game-winning drive to end the fourth quarter in 2-minute mode. Well, let's talk about a 2-minute mode, Mike, at the end of the first half. It might not be in walk-off fashion, but I'll tell you what, executing that here going into halftime changes this entire game.
Makes the score Steelers 21, Chiefs 7.
They didn't leave much time on the clock to put together a drive here at the end of the first half. And the kickoff's coming their way. And he will not attempt a return, so this will come out now to the 35-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to get it one last time here late in the opening half. They'll see if they can put something together here, beginning with 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Mahomes. And he'll be tackled up around the 45-yard line. And the offense will take one here. Timeout with 6 left on the second quarter clock.
First down. It's a gain of 10. First down, Chiefs.
On first down, it's Mahomes. Now, deep shot for Amon-Ra. That's going to be incomplete. They took a shot on the final play. Prayer not answered. And that is how this first half will come to an end. First half played out a bit as we expected. We'll see if there's a surprise coming up. Both teams set to go, and the second half is underway. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense going to have a first crack at it as we begin this third quarter. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. He is met and dropped. A couple of yards behind the line of scrimmage, too.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here. Mahomes now to throw on second down. Whoa!
is brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down.
Defensive coordinators preach all the time, play pass defense with vision. It's exactly the case here. They're able to rally to the ball, keep that to a short gain.
We're going to try to pick this up on 3rd and 8. Out of the gun, here's Mahomes. And that is incomplete contact, but no flags. It's going to be 4th down.
Missed opportunities like these are a big reason why they find themselves down double digits here in the 3rd quarter, Mike. Points on this possession could have gone a long way towards making this game competitive, but instead, poor execution, especially in the passing game, and it's another wasted drive.
And he's going to be knocked down before he can even think about returning that ball. Whoa! The Steelers offense trotting back out for their first involvement of this 2nd half. They're going to be looking to possibly push this to a 3-score advantage. Work to do on this drive. 1st and 10. In the shotgun, here's Jackson. He'll step up and run this.
Well, that scramble is ultimately going to end up short of the 1st down, Mike, but it's going to help quite a bit. That's a great job by the quarterback, just taking what the defense gives you, get downfield, pick up good yardage.
2nd and inches. And this time the rush gets home, and down he goes. Max Crosby, motor always running, gets there for the sack.
Impressive play by the defensive end here, Mike. It's his technique. It put him in position to not only make the play, but it's that closing speed that's allowed him to finish it off.
Jackson on 3rd and 2. That'll be caught. It's Metcalf. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. 23 yards on that pass play. That's a Steeler 1st down.
1st and 10 at the
No, Mike, I really like this game plan, right? The strategy on 3rd and short so often is, okay, just get enough for the 1st down. If you decide to air it out, everything's short, get a fresh set of downs. They're saying the defense is going to pack it in close. They're protecting the sticks. Let's just throw it over their head and try to go for a big play. The receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. They get 18 on that one. Good for a Steeler 1st down.
When the offense broke the huddle in a line, Mike, I think everybody in the stadium knew this was going to be a run, but the offense is kind of saying, okay, line up. I dare you to try to stop us, and right now this defense has no answers.
And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
This play here, Mike, is just all about the get-off of the defensive line. Watch how fast they go when that ball is snapped. Nowhere for this running back except to go down for a loss.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Over the middle, he's got McLaurin. And he'll be very close to a 1st down. Won't quite have enough, but now a much more advantageous spot.
Well, it goes without saying. You want to play wide receiver in the NFL, Mike, how well can you change directions? How fast can you get your body from one direction to another? And when you can cut like this guy, I'm not sure how you guard him.
3rd and short, Jackson. He gets that to his tight end, Smith. And they're going to have enough to convert here. And it sets up 1st and goal.
Nothing really fancy about that last completion, but what it does do, Mike, is now they're on the doorstep of the end zone. So now they've got to find a way to finish this long drive with a touchdown.
They send Freiermuth, the tight end, in motion. Here's Barkley. And that's a productive run. He gets this one down to the 4.
He was brought down at the 4-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and goal.
So these two teams take the long walk to the opposite end of the stadium. We've come to the end of the 3rd quarter. Back with more after the break. You're tuned in to the NFL on EA Sports. Inside the 5, it is 2nd and goal. Jackson looking to throw, under pressure, and down he goes. They've got him back at the 10. Roquan Smith gets in there for the sack, and now it's 3rd and goal.
What started out as a promising drive seemed inevitable, Mike, with the way they were able to continue to move the ball, that they'd find themselves finishing with points. But after that 2nd down sack brings up 3rd and long, and this drive looks suddenly very different.
He'll try to run for it. And he's in! Lamar Jackson. Touchdown Steelers. It's getting to be about that time.
Yeah, Mike, I just think they're entering miracle stage right now, and I just don't think there's any coming back from this deficit.
Boswell adds the extra point, and the Steelers will open it up even further here in this 4th quarter.
Chris Boswell.
Boswell now following the touchdown. Back out to kick this one off. On the return, it's the rookie Xavier Worthy. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. The Chiefs offense getting things in order as they trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with 1st down. Quickly into the hands of Chase. And he's out of bounds on the pass play, but that's good for 8 yards.
We hear the term RPO so often, Mike, and it continues to kind of trickle its way into the NFL. But remember, it's a lot different in the NFL than it is in the college game where it's a lot more prevalent. The lineman cannot go downfield, so that quarterback has to make a lot of really fast snapshot decisions, or else it's going to lead to a penalty or him holding on to the ball too long. So it's something that teams want to implement, but maybe not quite to the level that we see in the college game. So as the saying in the NFL, Mike, short throw, long catch, and that's exactly what they wanted to go with here. Operate in the quick game, don't stress the protection, and while he didn't get necessarily the big play, he does get enough to move the chains.
Here's Patrick. He'll throw it on 1st down. And he's not going to get too far, tackled after a gain of just a yard.
So he makes his first catch of the day, and even though it doesn't look like much, Mike, sometimes those are the touches that you can build off of. You know, it's like in basketball, what they say, sometimes you just need to see the ball go through the hoop.
From the 46, here's 2nd down and 9. Throwing again, it's Mahomes. Hauled in on the left by Nakua. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line. It's a gain there of 26 yards.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the Steelers' 23-yard line.
From the 23, here's 2nd and 5. To the air once more, it's Mahomes. Oh, looking end zone, but it is out of the reach of the receiver and incomplete. He was trying to get it to Jamar Chase. And it's going to be 3rd down.
This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball. So this is where it gets really challenging as an offense. You find yourself trailing late in the game. The defense can play you one-dimensional. They know it's a pass-first situation, so extra defensive backs, the zones and the coverage are a little bit tighter and cloudier, and he's having a hard time finding any open windows downfield.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. That is brought in at the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Travis Kelce. Touchdown, KC. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen stranger things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Chiefs 14.
This one not quite over, but down a couple of scores. We're going to get an onside kick.
Late in the game, this is where you see teams really start taking some chances. And boy, this was a big one, but it's not going to work out.
It's a zone read, and Jackson's going to keep it. And a good job defensively to rally to the ball. They hold them to a short game. And now the defense is going to take their first time out. Remember, they get an extra one built in with the 2-minute warning coming up momentarily. From the 43, here's 2nd and 9. In motion, it's Jefferson. Jackson now on 2nd down. He'll get that out to Barkley. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. Now KC going to use the second of their timeouts. We'll talk things over before 3rd down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Smith. And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. The Chiefs will use their 3rd and final timeout here. They'll be disappointed there after giving up the 1st down. Lamar going to hang on to it, and he's going to be taken down, and that will take us to the 2-minute warning. Look him up on a 2nd down and 8. Here's a handoff to Barkley. And a be marked down at the 7. And it will set up first and goal.
Gain of 12 yards.
This is the moment in the game, Mike, where it really matters to have a run game. You find yourself winning here late. You want to try to run the clock out and finish with the ball. And boy, do they ever. Give credit to this offensive line and running back. They came through when their team needed them the most.
Victory very much in sight now as they'll take a knee. So this one in the win column for the Steelers. They proved much the best in this one. Again, a solid performance in all three phases of the game to ride that to victory. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olsen and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. The Steelers, winners, as we say so long from the confluence of the Three Rivers in Pittsburgh.